Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wekiva High School welcomes you to the final event of our triple header, our headliner, varsity basketball action. Please welcome our guests from Freedom High School. They are the Patriots. And they'll be taking on your Wakayama High School Mustangs. Before we begin our game this evening, we ask that you please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now, let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. We'll begin with our guests from Freedom. And we'll start at guard with 5'8" senior, number 0, Austin Davis Garcia. At guard, 5'10" senior, number 3, J.C. Cologne. At shooting guard, 5'10" senior, number 4, Michael Burnside. At wing, 6'1" sophomore, number 5, Januel Cologne. And finally, for the Patriots, at guard, 5'10" junior, number 10, James Lee Duvall. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Wakayama High School Mustangs. Starting at shooting guard, 6'4", senior, number 1, Donovan Stokes. Also at shooting guard, 6'2", senior, number 10, Isaiah Lester. At small forward, 6' senior, number 11, Jared Bryan. At power forward, 6'3", senior, number 12, Nikhil Edward. And finally, for the Mustangs and for the senior class, at power forward, 6'2", senior, number 21, Jansen Chakatin. The Patriots are coached by Bobby Rigo with assistant coaches Ronnie Gossett, John Langto, and Roger Raymond. Mustangs are coached by Mr. Jacino Lubin. Assistant coaches Rodney Oliver, Charles Hardy, and Dwayne Howard. The officials for tonight's game are from the Central Florida Officials Association here in Orlando. We thank them for their dedicated service to our high school athletic programs and join them along with our participating schools, reminding everyone to make great sportsmanship a part of this and every athletic competition. For those of you in the arena, a reminder that tonight's game is being live streamed on YouTube as well as the NFHS network. If you have friends and family who are not able to join us in person for tonight's game, send them to YouTube and search for Wekiva Sports on your favorite computer, smart TV, or mobile device, or tune in on the NFHS network. And a warm welcome to those of you joining us on that live stream. My name is Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, joined tonight by Neil Fisher on this special evening. We just celebrated the senior class of 2021, and now we're ready to get going with some varsity hoops.
Very special night. Thank you again, Mark. As you mentioned, a very special night as the first attempt by Brian does not drop. And, of course, that was senior night. 6 of them on this team. And we'll talk a little bit later, but they are a high GPA group.
Duval is called for traveling Mustangs ball. And, of course, as is tradition with senior night, since the Mustangs happen to coincidentally have exactly 5 seniors, they adjusted the starting lineup accordingly, and we have all seniors as starters tonight.
Yeah, and so if you missed the starting lineup, you have Stokes at guard, Laster at the shooting guard, Brian the small forward, Edward the power forward, and Jacatine the other power forward. As the second attempt by Wekiva does not drop, and we will come the other way. Freedom, of course, comes in with a 6-9 record. As Cologne tries to drop the tray, does not go. And Wekiva comes in at an 8-11 record. They lost 6 in a row at the beginning of the season, but they've recently taken the last 2 victories to get to that 8-11 mark.
Also want to wish a very happy birthday to Coach Lubin. Today is his birthday, and it's on senior night as well. Appropriately so. We're going to pause here for a foul. Foul called against Patriots. Number 3, J.C. Cologne on the push. That's his first personal foul. And the team's first at the line, shooting 2 for the Mustangs, Donovan Stokes.
So Stokes, of course, as you mentioned, one of the seniors. He's also one of the seniors who has been starting. 6'4". And he drops that first to give Wekiva a 1-0 lead. We're early in this game. So as Mark just mentioned, not only is it senior night, it's Coach Lubin's birthday. So it's a very special night all the way around, Mark. And let's hope Wekiva can walk off the court with a 3rd consecutive victory and up its record to 9-11. Certainly it would be important to gain some momentum heading towards the postseason.
Cologne to Cologne, 4-3. And that puts the Patriots on the board.
Yeah, 3-2 now, a minute and a half into this ball game. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi bringing you live action from Mustang Gymnasium.
Toe does not fall for Laster. And the rebound is going to go to Cologne. I suppose I should specify Januel Cologne rather than JC. Both of them on the court right now. And there is another tray. That's going to be Austin Davis Garcia from JC Cologne, 4-3. So not much inside penetration so far for Freedom. Mustang defense doing a good job on that, but they've been draining the rain, as you like to say, from the perimeter. Rogi Jacatine for the Mustangs on the Isaiah Laster on the putback. That cuts the lead to 2, 6-4. The score with 5.5 to go here on senior night. Floater is off the mark for Cologne. And the rebound is going to go to Stokes. Long distance dedication, and it's there. Stokes to Laster in transition.
And so for Freedom, who now has possession of the ball, the red uniforms, their lineup is Garcia at guard, Cologne at guard, shooting guard Burnside, wing Cologne, and the other guard is Duval.
And I misspoke. That was Nikhil Edward, who had the reception from the Donovan Stokes pass, the full length of the court.
Yes, a very beautiful pass. Certainly something that Tom Brady might have taken a little bit of notice of. Of course, not the same sport, but certainly looked like one of his passes. And the tip by Laster.
Yeah, nice work there. Unfortunately, he didn't have any help down in the backcourt.
Now, that was just a situation with he got the tip so quickly his teammates couldn't get down court. Oh, the inside-outside pass.
Short on the tray from Burnside. That's not there. We're going to go the other way. Brian tries to punch through, and looks like he's going to draw a foul.
So, again, just mentioned it. If some of the names in the Wekiva starting lineup look unusual.
Januel Cologne is called with his first personal foul. It's the team's second. At the line, there will be no one at the line. That was on the floor. Mustangs will get the ball at the opposing baseline.
Those names look unusual because it is senior night, and the tradition is that all the starting lineup is made up of 5 seniors.
Rogi Jacatine is called on an offensive foul. That's his first, the team's first as well.
So Wekiva and Freedom with possession of the ball, 6-6. 3.5 minutes into this game. Both teams looking to get above 500 and get some momentum heading into the postseason. Wekiva with 5 games remaining after today in the regular season. That's Stokes on defense. Cologne with Garcia with the ball. He'll go right, try to drop it down, hit one of the Wekiva defenders.
Yeah, that was not a great pass.
And Wekiva will come the other way in the white uniform. Stokes with the dribble at the top of the key.
Yeah, Jared Bryan down there with the alert play, noticing the bad pass. He's able to pick it up now. He turns it back over, though, as it's stolen by Austin Davis. Trouble under the basket, and it's picked up by Rogi Jacatine.
And like you like to say, Mark, we got the Abbott and Costello routine going. Both teams have turned the ball over on 3 consecutive possessions now. And that is Laster from the tray. Can't get it. Rogatine doing some hard work underneath, and he'll draw the foul.
Foul is called against number 5, Jonuel Cologne. That's his second personal foul. The team's third.
So Wekiva inbounds the ball. Stokes rotates. Short. Scramble, bunch of hands, and it'll be Freedom ball. Freedom in the red jerseys. So Wekiva going full court man-to-man. You usually see that from Wekiva, however, it usually is not at the very beginning of the game. And Freedom looking to inbound the ball. They do. Freedom again comes in with a 6-9 record. And they are 2-1 in 7A District 5 as we have another stoppage.
Duval is called for traveling. Mustangs ball. Checking into the game for the Patriots for the first time tonight, Jordan Fair, number 12. Also in, number 2, Michael Pineda Garcia.
So Freedom comes in off of the victory over Tapakalaga last Friday, 60-44.
It's a school that we learned to pronounce during the football playoffs.
Yes, Wekiva, the football team, did beat them in the second round of this year's FHSA postseason tournament. And in the meantime, of course, Wekiva comes in off of 2 consecutive victories after losing 6 in a row. And the drop-down pass.
Nice pass to the key, and it's going to be Isaiah Laster to Nikhil Edward.
Beautiful pass and a beautiful set in rotation shot. Freedom comes down, trailing 8-6. Right wing extended. Burnside with the ball at the top of the key. He'll set the offense. 2.5 remaining in the first quarter.
Fair goes out to the top of the arc with Cologne. It's off the mark on the tray. Laster has the rebound for the Mustangs.
Laster doing some strong work under the boards.
Takes it coast to coast, and it will not fall. Rebound to Austin Davis. Patriots don't have anything in transition. They'll wait for the half-court set. And moving before he dribbles, Austin Davis is called for traveling. Mustangs ball.
So the 5th turnover of this quarter for Freedom. Mentioned both teams turned the ball over on 3 consecutive possessions. About midway through this quarter, we now have 2 minutes exactly left. Stokes with the dribble, Wekiva in the white uniforms. And we are live from Mustang Gymnasium. Neil Fisher, Mark Archie, along with the broadcast production department here at Wekiva.
Yeah, you may notice we have some improved video tonight. We actually have a director and 2 camera operators, and we've got some new equipment that we're trying out tonight. So hopefully this will enhance your viewing experience. Foul is called against number 12, Jordan Fair.
Yes. And we are certainly very proud to be able to bring these upgrades to you. Of course, Mark and I, along with the broadcast production department, has been announcing, bringing you broadcasts for about 5 seasons now. And of course, this season with the pandemic limiting audience, it's even more important. Really, for some people, we know some of you, it's the only ways for you to keep up with Wekiva action. So, of course, we're very proud to bring you the action in general, but even more so to be able to provide you the means to be able to keep up with Wekiva action in these, what's been said many, many times, unusual circumstances.
Also want to make a note of some personnel changes. The Mustangs finally switched back to something a little closer to their typical starting lineup, as we've got Jacatine taking a jumper that's not going to go, and the rebound to the Patriots, Burnside. Mustangs on the court now have Stokes, Hammond, Edouard, Davis, and Jacatine. Here comes from the top of the arc, off the mark for Cologne. Boy, the Patriots really like those trays, and they were falling for him at the beginning of the game, but not so much lately. Jacatine rebounds out of bounds, so that'll be a team defensive rebound for the Patriots. But first, checking into the game for the Mustangs, number 24, Isaiah Bannister-Duchette.
He is the last of the regular starters now checking in. Again, tonight was senior night, so the tradition is all five of the seniors who start, all five of the starters are seniors. So also want to mention, Mark, you talked about the three-pointers. Freedom very much likes them, and most of them have come from the top of the key as well.
Push is called against Mustangs number 15, Kerry Davis. That's his first personal foul, the team's second.
So 1:07 remaining. Freedom inbound the ball. Garcia with it at the top of the key. Goes to the left. Down to the corner, the baseline by Garcia. Kicks it out. A second kick out, and now the 6-foot Jay score it.
J.C. Cologne from Sean Schoenhoff for two.
And that will tie us up at 8-8. 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter on senior night from Mustang Gymnasium. Stokes stops, pops, can't get the drop, but Jacatine doing work under the board. I will get a second opportunity. This is Hammond, the junior point guard, setting the offense, hands it off to Stokes, who handled the point guard duties previously. Bannister-Duchette can't get the ball, and he will also draw charge with the foul.
Number 15, Kerry Davis. That's his second personal foul, the team's third.
Davis, the sophomore, 6 feet tall. And excuse me, it was Davis, not the other Wekiva player. But Davis redeems himself, picks up the loose ball. We come the other way with 12 seconds. Contact, no call. And ball goes out of bounds. It will remain with Wekiva. So give Wekiva an offensive rebound, their fourth of the quarter. 8.7 seconds remaining. Freedom has only one offensive rebound. Wekiva with an opportunity to take the lead at the buzzer. Bannister-Duchette. Edouard over to Hammond, who launches the tray. Goes out of bounds, and there is the buzzer. So Wekiva unable to take that lead at the end of the half, and we remain tied at 8.
That takes us to the end of the first quarter. We are no closer to determining a victor than we were 8 minutes ago. 8-8 is the score after 8 here in the varsity contest on senior night. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi and Neil Fisher here with you for the second quarter.
And we begin the second quarter tied at 8-8. Freedom in the red uniforms, Wekiva in the white uniforms. A game that really, as the score indicates, not much shooting in terms of converting. Only 20% for Wekiva. 3 of 15, but they do take a 10-8 lead on that 6-foot jumper. Freedom, again, 3 of 8. That's only 12.5%. A little bit better. However, as you mentioned, Mark, Freedom likes to take those 3-pointers. This one will not drop. That was a 2-pointer. And Bannister Doucette does some nice Windex work underneath. And he's going to come down the other way and get rewarded with that over-the-top pass. Can't convert. And so Freedom goes back to work. So
that was a beautiful move. It did everything right except go in.
And drain the rain for the Patriots.
Jordan Fair for 3 on the pass from Sean Schinath.
So Freedom actually is shooting 37.5%. They're going to go up here a little bit more. That's the easy deuce off the turnover.
Michael Pineda steals a layup.
They were 3 of 8 at the end of the first quarter. Wekiva 20%, 3 of 15. And as you mentioned, Mark, they like those 3-point field goals. They shot 6 of them out of those 8 attempts. In the meantime, Wekiva still unable to get its first points of the first quarter. And Freedom now is heating up from beyond the arc.
J.C. Cologne with a jump shot for 2. And we'll pause for a timeout. Full timeout called by Wekiva.
So when we come back, 15-10 will be the score. This is the Wekiva Mustangs Athletic Network.
Okay. So
and we return to live action from Mustang Gymnasium under the triad of stampeding horses over there on the far wall. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi. 15-10 is the score, the visiting Freedom Patriots. With the 15, they have what was a back and forth first quarter. Has now become that 15-10 lead. 7 consecutive points for Freedom. Wekiva unable to break the streak then, but the second chance point by Charles.
Avia Charles gets his own putback for 2. Yeah, he snuck into the game during the timeout, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, that cuts the lead to 15-12. Also want to mention, talked about the field goal shooting at the beginning of the second quarter. Freedom, though, has also turned the ball over 6 times compared to 3 for Wekiva. So certainly that has equalized that better shooting from Freedom. Again, Freedom shot 37.5% in the first quarter, but Wekiva shot 20. So 2.5 minutes into the second quarter, Freedom maintained a 15-12 lead as well as possession of the ball.
Returning to the game for the Mustangs, number 1, Donovan Stokes.
And, of course, tonight was senior night. We had the ceremonies before the game. And Coach Lubin is also celebrating her birthday tonight. So Freedom goes back to work. Fair with the ball. Back to Garcia. Extended right. Stokes is doing the guarding. He'll drop off the guarding to Bannister Doucette. Double team. Down into the corner. Over to the left side, extended. Garcia trying to give a little bit of the fake, and Wekiva defense having nothing of it.
Michael Pineda is called for a double dribble. Mustangs ball.
So the 7th turnover by Freedom, actually the 8th, excuse me. And this is Jameric Hammond who will receive the inbound pass. Wekiva, the home team in the white uniforms, in the traditional white uniforms. As we drop under 5 minutes before halftime. That's Telerio Pringo, Back to Hammond, over to Pringo, 2-man game. Back to Stokes, who's popped out at the top, and he's going to drive the left side. Can't get the drop, and we come down the other way. No tray, yet again, and Pringo The JV call-up.
That's actually Profit, also a JV call-up.
Excuse me, Profit.
And there's a nice pass as it's Profit to Charles for the Mustang Deuce.
And that cuts the lead to 15-14, 4 minutes into the second quarter. Off the rim, Bannister Doucette coming up with the Windex touch. It's over to Stokes. Kicks off the back of the heel. Hammond running the 50-50 ball down. Couple of fakes, and now he's going to launch the tray. Again off the heel. And Cologne, positioned correctly, pulls down the rebound. Come back the other way. Freedom in the red uniforms, 15-14 lead. And they're going to maintain possession. Cologne kicks it back out, down to the left. Cologne maintains possession, now gives it up to Garcia. Over in the right corner, again, another shot kicking off the heel. Long outlet pass from Stokes to Bannister Doucette.
Wow, he never had a chance at that, but good work drawing the foul.
Yeah, that quick pass got him into position, but he never really had the correct angle.
Foul is called against number 23, Sean Schunath. That's his first personal foul, and it's the team's fifth. At the line shooting for the Mustangs, Isaiah Bannister Doucette.
And that ties the game, that free throw, 15-15. Score that one too. Nice. So 3:18 remaining before halftime on senior night from Mustang Gymnasium. 15-15 is your score. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi bringing you the action on the Wekiva Mustangs Athletic Network. And also, as we get to Trey, launched by Fair, the broadcast production team is a part of this production as well. That's Brian, who started the game because he is a senior, pulling the rebound down. It hands it off to Stokes, and Stokes will be aggressive and draw a foul. Actually, no foul. The ball went out of bounds, but it does remain with Wekiva.
Nice inbound, and there goes the foul. Kerry Davis is fouled on the attempt. He'll go to the line and shoot two for the Mustangs. The foul is called against Patriots. Number 10, James Lee Duvall. That's his first personal foul, the team's sixth. So that also is an important milestone as the Mustangs will enjoy bonus for the rest of the half.
So Davis will now go to the score the first, and Wekiva goes back into the remaining. Freedom went into the lead on the strength of a 7-0 run. Wekiva's answer was six straight, and that's Laster doing work under the boards. Pulling down that big-time rebound. And that will result in another trip to the line with 2:43 remaining now.
Donovan Stokes fouled on the attempt. He'll go to the line and shoot two for the Mustangs. The foul is called against number 23, Sean Schunath. That's his second personal foul and the team's seventh.
Stokes at the line. Now 3 points. So again, Wekiva comes in with an 8-11 record, looking to win their third consecutive game. Stokes drops both free throws. Nice job at the line by the senior. 18-15 is the score. Wekiva on an 8-0 run now, which is offset Freedom's 7-0 run. And Laster intercepts defensive back action and makes the withdrawal.
Isaiah Laster steals two for the Mustangs.
And now the full court press is on for Wekiva. Freedom gets it break, but does not get the free throw. Not off the bank, the long outlet to Stokes. Tried to get fancy, wanted to make the emphasis and paid for it with the miss. Down to the corner, Freedom trying to set up, trying to answer. Now they'll set up and drain the rain.
Michael Pineda with a 2-point jumper for the Patriots.
So Stokes with an opportunity to increase Wekiva's lead. Probably senior night played a role into that decision to try to dunk.
You don't come to enough.
Nonetheless, Laster.
Isaiah Laster down the paint for a Mustang layup. Just like that, we're Mustangs up by 5.
22-17, minute and a half before halftime. Freedom. And the turnover, traveling.
Yep, Jordan Ferris called for traveling. Mustangs ball. Abia Charles back into the game for Wekiva.
So Freedom has shot the ball well from three-point range. Obviously, that's an obvious from the beginning of this game. They not only like to shoot the three, but they are very good at it. But they've also turned the ball over 10 times. So I guess you could say we got to push. And the result is 22-17 as Charles goes for the spin.
A nice spin move there. Can't manage to finish, though. We're going to get a foul on the rebound. Foul is called against Mustangs number 33, Abia Charles. That's his first personal foul, the team's fourth.
So Freedom will inbound the ball against Wakiva's full court trap. As Fair gets the ball, dumps it off to Warkas.
Fair on the pass to Rorkas.
And Warkas. Nice easy deuce off the backboard. This is Profit.
Lot of contact. No, not going to count.
.101 remaining before halftime.
Offensive charge is called against Mustangs number 32, Vosi Profit. That's his first personal foul, the team's fifth. Charge taken by Davis.
So I guess if you're Coach Lubin, you look at that in terms of the good news is that it's only the fifth turnover of this first half by Wekiva compared to 10 for Freedom. The bad news is you had an opportunity to go back up by 5, but you did not. So 101 remaining. 22-19 is the score. Wekiva has led for most of the second quarter. They took that lead on the strength of an 8-0 run. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi bringing you the action along with the Wekiva Broadcast Production Department. Tonight from Mustang Gymnasium, and thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed tonight's game, and hopefully on senior night and Coach Lubin's birthday, we will be able to call a victory for you. As we drop under a minute now, Freedom looking to cut into that lead or possibly tie the game. Fair with the dribble, drops it off, back up to the top. Ball comes loose, Profit scrambling.
No.
Garcia able to come up with it for Freedom though. 30 seconds remaining in the first half. And Freedom is definitely being very deliberate. And now the drive from the right by J.C. Cologne, and he's going to draw a foul. Definitely gets the benefits of being aggressive.
Foul is called against Mustangs number 10, Isaiah Laster. That's his first personal foul, the team's sixth. At the line shooting for the Patriots, number 3, J.C. Cologne.
So a couple of teams have suffered through long losing streaks, but still have an opportunity to finish the regular season over 500 tonight. Freedom comes in at 6-9, 5-8-11.
Are you really? They need the guy with like a megaphone.
Cologne takes the second free throw.
Owes the rim a favor on that one.
And he's now up to 10 points for Freedom. Wekiva with the last opportunity, if they so choose, in the white uniforms. That's Hammond taking the pass from Profit over to Laster. 12 seconds remaining. Profit takes the ball again at the top of the key. He's going to drive. Contact.
And it looks like it's going to be another offensive foul.
Again, Profit is a junior varsity call-up.
Vosi Profit is called on the offensive charge. That's his second personal foul. And the team's seventh. No bonus shots on offensive fouls, but it turns the ball over to the Patriots.
Profit came up about 3 weeks ago, and I think there you see his inexperience at the varsity level and trying to make that transition. That's a play that 9 out of 10 times when he's playing junior varsity, he gets the call in his favor. It's a much bigger, stronger opponent at the varsity level, and you do not get the call. So one last opportunity for Freedom. Garcia tries to pass it, does pass it, and the ball does not drop. Wekiva will take a 22-21 lead into halftime.
That takes us to intermission of the varsity game. It's a 1-point ball game. We are just barely closer to determining a winner tonight than we were when we started, but 22-21 is the score going into the break. And we will take the break with them. We'll be back with the second half here at Mustang Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we thank you for tuning in tonight or for joining us in person for the senior night ceremony and for varsity basketball action between the Patriots and the Mustangs. We hope that you'll join us on Thursday night as well. We're going to do the same thing for the ladies. Girls basketball celebrates their senior night coming up this Thursday night. It'll be a doubleheader. And, of course, the senior night festivities will occur between the JV and the varsity contests. Those will also be live streamed on the same place you found this live stream, on YouTube as well as the NFHS network. And that game will be against Lake Minneola to wrap up the ladies' season as they get ready to go into the district tournament next week, which Wekiva is hosting. A programming note, all postseason games, the media rights to those are owned by the FHSAA, and as a result, we are not allowed to broadcast them on social media such as YouTube. We must use the official broadcast partner of the FHSAA, which is the NFHS network, so that is the only place you'll be able to find postseason games starting next week for the girls and the following week for the boys. Also coming up later this week, we'll have wrestling. Varsity wrestling is coming up on Wednesday. That'll be here in Mustang Arena starting at 6 p.m. We'll have 2 mats going, and we'll be live streaming both of them on a split screen. You can catch that also on our YouTube channel, Wekiva Sports, as well as the NFHS Network. And for those of you who are listening to us online right now, we also hope that while you're here, you will subscribe to us. There's a little red button in the corner next to your video player that has a subscribe link on it. And if you touch that and then touch the notification bell, you'll have an opportunity to be notified every time we go live here at Mustang Arena. And here are your halftime stats for the varsity game, beginning with Freedom. Peter Rorkas has 2 points, 1 rebound. Jordan Fair with 3 points, 1 assist. Austin Davis Garcia has 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. Michael Pineda with 4 points and 1 steal. And J.C. Colon leads his team for the first half. He has 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. As for the Mustangs, Jamaric Hammond has 2 points, 4 rebounds. Isaiah Bannister-Duchette with 2 points, 3 rebounds. Donovan Stokes, 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Nikhil Edward, 4 points. Abia Charles, 4 points and 1 rebound. And leading his team for the first half is number 10, Isaiah Laster, who has 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist along with a steal. We'll be back in just a moment. The Mustangs have the opening possession of the second half. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, here with Neil Fisher from the Apopka Chief, ready to take you through the second half of senior night in our banner game here. We now return to a more typical starting lineup for the Mustangs for the second half. And Wekiva up by 1.
22-21 is your score. Unfortunately, they begin the second half with the turnover, and they will dodge the proverbial bullet as the tray is no good. 22-21 is the score. Wekiva putting together an 8-0 run, a 7-0 run put together by Freedom, and that is your difference, that 1 point in those runs. Freedom with possession in the red uniforms, Wekiva on defense with the white uniforms. And of course, this is a matchup of both teams that have suffered through significantly long losing streaks, but still have an opportunity to finish at 500 in the regular season as we get the tray off the heel. Stokes with the rebound, and we will come back the other way. And drive the baseline in, draw the foul in the points. That's Bryan.
Jared Bryan and 1. The foul called against number 5, John Cologne. That's his third personal foul, the team's first of the half. Bryan shooting 1.
So Bryan will go to the line. Those were his first 2 points of the game. And he will not get his third point. And the ball will also wind up in Freedom's possession.
Checking into the game for Freedom, number 12, Jordan Fair.
So now Wekiva in a somewhat full court defense. That's Bryan going back and forth. Not tight, just enough to let Freedom know that they got the defense on. Off the front of the rim, the tray no good. Garcia chases it down. The baseline drive.
And I think that was a block there.
And so
Isaiah Laster for 3.
And now the score is 27-21. And Wekiva on a 5-1 run here to start this second half. And they will have an opportunity to add to that 5-1. But we will have to see if they can after this timeout.
"30-second timeout called by the Patriots." We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi here with Neil Fisher, ready to take you through the next 6 minutes, 18 seconds after the Patriots not happy with how that third quarter started. They'll take that timeout there and see if Coach Rigo can reorient the Patriots. Nice pass to the inside and the paint. Not there, though, for Nikhil Edouard, and the rebound goes to the Patriots. Trying to get something fancy done in transition, and they do. Jordan Fair to Michael Burnside.
27-24, 27-23 is now the score. As Mark mentioned, we are 2 minutes and 12 seconds into this third quarter. Wekiva talked about this earlier as Edouard takes the tray. No, but doing work and withdrawing from the bake is Jacatine.
Rudy Jacatine on the second chance basket.
So Wekiva comes in with an 8-11 record. They suffered through a 6-game
nice
losing
steal
streak.
here by Stokes. Has a chance to go all the way. He doesn't, but Jared Bryan on the putback to steal 2.
Freedom, on the other hand, suffered through a 7-game losing streak, and they come in off of a victory over Tahapakaliga last Friday night. We're now down to 5 minutes in the third quarter. 31-23, Wekiva's biggest lead of the game. And no go for Cologne.
Yeah, starting to see them fall back into that pattern they were in the early first quarter. And we're going to get a foul on the floor. Patriot foul called against number 10, James Lee Duvall. That's his second personal foul. It's the team's second of the half.
And the inbound pass to Edward, he stripped immediately, no foul called. And we will come the other way. Freedom trying to drain that rain. Kicks off the heel. Stokes doing work. And he'll get the long rebound picked up by Jacatine, who makes the withdrawal from the bank.
Stokes or Jacatine for 2.
So some long passing getting the job done for Wekiva. 3.5 minutes into the third quarter. So looking at the stats here, these are halftime stats. Wekiva started off extremely cold, only 20% from the field as they force a turnover.
Backcourt violation. Mustangs ball.
So
Jamari Hammond and Isaiah Bannister-Duchette come back in for Wekiva.
So Wekiva was able to get that field goal percentage up to 27% at halftime from 20. Not shooting particularly well from 2-point, but even as ice cold as possible from 3-point range, 0 of 7. However, Freedom turned the ball over 10 times at half compared to 5 for Wekiva. So certainly that field goal percentage, which Freedom was at 38%, is nullified by the turnovers. And Wekiva also gained an advantage at the free throw line as the tray is launched by Lasker. That's not going to drop.
That's Austin Davis comes up with a rebound before he falls out of bounds.
Wekiva going to the line 8 times, converting 6. Only 2 of 2 for Freedom.
Stolen by Edouard, and the Mustangs will get an extra possession.
And so now Freedom's also turned the ball over 3 times in the third quarter, so they're up to 13. For the game, 3:35 remaining in the third quarter. This is Bannister-Duchette, 33-23, the Wekiva lead. Hammond fakes the 3, drops it back to Lasker on the right. Lasker holding the ball. Wekiva going to a much more deliberate pace in terms of letting the ball go. Of course, with that 10-point lead. And not a good pass by Hammond. And gives an opportunity to Freedom to cut back into that 10-point lead. So 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Garcia with the ball, extended right, guarded by Stokes. Fights through a pick. Kicks it out to Duvall, short. And Laster showing some rebounding strength, cleaning that board.
This time it's going to go to Edouard. He's short on the tray. And it's tipped into the teammates' hands by Jordan Fair. A little bit of a loose ball situation. Mustangs not able to take advantage. Freedom still in control, trailing. 2.5 to go in the third period. Trey launched. Off the mark for Burnside. And a good loose ball rebound pulled down by Bannister-Duchette. Nice work under the paint for Jamari Hammond on the pass to Donovan Stokes for the Mustang basket.
And that nice sweep play. Ups the lead to 35-23, 2:16 remaining. The largest lead of the game for Wekiva and Freedom. Coach Regal said, that's enough, let's talk.
Full timeout called by the Mustangs. We'll be right back.
Mustang Gymnasium is the site. Monday night basketball on senior night here at Wekiva at Mustang Gymnasium. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi. 35-23 is the score, about 10 minutes left. Approach 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Freedom with possession, and they are going to launch another tray. This one does drop, and that's Duvall.
Duvall on the pass from Cologne for 3.
So a much-needed tray from Freedom cuts the lead to 9.
Mustangs cannot do the same.
Wakayama took the lead midway through the second quarter on the strength of an 8-0 run. They have held the lead since then. It was 22-21 at halftime. As we mentioned, they just had their largest lead of the game at 15. A couple of baskets have been scored by Freedom since then to cut the lead back down to 9 with 1:48 before the fourth quarter.
Foul is called against number 2, Michael Pineda, his first, the team's third. At the line, shooting for the Mustangs, Isaiah Laster.
Laster shooting at the line, nice soft touch. It's his 10th point of the game. Talked about turnovers. Freedom has 13 in this game compared to 5 for Wekiva. Certainly a statistic that sticks out. And that lead will now go back to 11. As Laster goes 2 of 2 from the line. And now the press, the full court press by Wekiva. Freedom able to break it. So a little give and go at the top of the key. And now over to Cologne. Back to Fair. 1.5 remaining in the third quarter. 37-26, Wekiva in the lead, looking for their third consecutive victory. Cologne stops, reverse, no drop, and we will come the other way. Davis with the rebound. And unfortunately, Wekiva does not take care of the ball. Opportunity for Freedom from the tray, off the heel. Bannister Doucette doing Windex work. And this is Hammond at the top, short. Bannister Doucette again says, give me another rebound, and makes the withdrawal from the bank.
Third chance basket for Isaiah Bannister Doucette.
So some hard work, physical, inside by Bannister Doucette on both ends of the court, and Wekiva has a 39-26 lead.
Returning to the game for the Mustangs, number 1, Donovan Stokes.
And this 13-point lead ties Wekiva with the largest of the game. 51 seconds before the fourth quarter, Cologne takes the inbound pass for Freedom. He'll get the ball again, extended right, extended left. Duval, top of the key. Bounce pass inside to Fair, and he draws the foul.
Jordan Fair is fouled on the attempt. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. The foul's called against Jamaric Hammond. That's his first personal foul. The team's first.
So Fair at the free throw line and gets that roll on the first. Here's his second free throw with 39 seconds remaining. As true as the first. Back to an 11-point deficit, 39-28. Wekiva with possession. Hammond, the senior guard, carries the ball past half court, sets the offense. Back to Davis, back to Hammond, back to Davis. Now Davis running into some trouble on the Freedom defense. And not only is he going to lose possession, but commit a foul. Tried to reach in there on instinct and make contact.
Kerry Davis is called on his third personal foul. It's the team's second. Checking into the game for him is Nikhil Edouard.
Freedom inbounds the ball, looking to cut into that lead some more. They just cut the lead down to 11. 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and looks like they're going to hold possession for this last shot. This is Fair with the ball, extended right, 10 seconds, 8 seconds. 7, tries to go in the middle, kicks the ball off to Garcia, launches another tray, and drains the rain, and immediately a whistle.
Austin Davis Garcia gets the basket for 3 and the chance to make it a 4-point play. The foul is called against Mustangs. Number 1, Donovan Stokes, his first personal foul and the team's third.
So one of those fouls that makes coaches here to go gray. 3 seconds remaining. And Wekiva dodges the bullet, at least as far as that free throw. Stokes with the rebound. And score it! Score it!
Stokes! 4-3 from downtown! Wow, Wow, what a way to end the quarter. That takes us to the end of the third period, and the Mustangs are back up to 11. 42-31 is your score with 8 minutes left to play here on senior night at Mustang Arena. The Patriots have the opening possession of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi here with Neil Fisher, ready to take you through these last 8 minutes. And the Mustangs, thanks to that thriller from half court by Stokes, and now he has a chance to add to that, and he does. Donovan Stokes opens up fourth quarter scoring.
And that will up the lead to 44-31. Then taking a look here at the stats, as Wekiva will have another opportunity with that turnover to further increase the lead from 13. Talked about the difference, Freedom having the advantage as Stokes stops, pops, and drops from the baseline.
Donovan Stokes, another jumper. So he has 3 in a row for Wekiva, spanning the quarter break.
Yeah, heating up with 13 points now. And Freedom
Patriot layup by Jordan Fair.
Much needed points there by Freedom. That's their first field goal attempt here in the fourth quarter. They turned the ball over. So talked about field goal percentage and Freedom having an advantage. Stokes going to go to the right. Doesn't get the rim, the roll, but Bannister Doucette doing work in the withdrawal.
Second chance basket by number 24, Isaiah Bannister Doucette. And we're going to pick up a foul on the other end. J.C. Cologne fouled on the attempt. He'll be at the line shooting 2 for the Patriots. And on the foul is called against number 3, Jamar Kevin. That's his second personal foul. And the team's fourth.
So that field goal percentage advantage that Freedom had, which was about 15%, is no more. They're actually trailing 11 of 34 from the field, 32%. Wekiva 16 of 48, that's 33. Neither team obviously doing anything to write home about or the eye-catching. But if you're Wekiva, you can afford to be at 33% for both teams right now because you have that advantage. So the score is 48-35, and the reason I bring up that field goal percentage is because then that makes the turnovers the differentiating stats. Freedom with 14 compared to 8 for Wekiva. Of course, now it's 9. And Freedom's going to come the other way. Fair kicks the ball out.
Now that was Davis that took it away from Profit down there in the corner. And now the Patriots will take their time, slow it down a little bit.
Wekiva also has an advantage at the free throw line of 6 points. They've gone to the line 11 times, converted 8. Only 2 attempts, and both made for Freedom, and they drain the rain.
3-point basket from J.C. Cologne to Austin Davis Garcia. We'll pause for a timeout. 30-second timeout requested by the Patriots.
That cuts the lead to 48-38, 6:11 remaining. And this is the Wekiva Mustangs Athletic Network.
Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Wakayama throwing it in at the baseline and swatted right out. And that's going to actually be a turnover as Austin Davis Garcia manages to get it to go off of Donovan Stokes.
Yeah, talked a couple minutes ago, Wekiva doing an excellent job holding on to the ball. Only 8 turnovers through the first 3 quarters. Now they've had a couple of consecutive turnovers. Freedom down by 10, looking to cut that lead.
Nice work there by, I think that was Jared Bryan.
Bryan, the senior, and he is on guard, but can't stop the tray from dropping.
Austin Davis from J.C. Cologne for 3.
At 48-41.
Freedom's been going to that play all night, and when it works for them, it really works for them, and the rest of the time it's allowed Wekiva to make up some ground.
Yeah, 13-point lead is now down to 7. Off the front, scrapping going on underneath the boards. Comes all the way to the left side of the paint. And a foul. 5:32 remaining in the game. And Wekiva will take over possession, much needed possession.
Foul called against number 12, Jordan Fair, his second, the team's 4th.
So obviously Wekiva down by 7. That lead's been cut from 13, but you also want the momentum. Opportunity to regain the momentum. Hammond.
Returning to the game for the Mustangs, number 1, Donovan Stokes.
That was Hammond with the drive. And Wekiva will maintain possession. 5:29 remaining, 48-41. Wekiva in the lead since early in the second quarter. And great defense by Freedom just to not allow Edward any room to work. And he rolls the ball out of bounds. So turnover now on 3 of the last 4 possessions by Wekiva. Again, Wekiva with only 8 turnovers through the first 3 quarters. Freedom with the ball, looking to cut into that 7-point lead and continue their run. This is Garcia at the top of the key, guarded by Hammond, the junior. Garcia goes left, picks the ball up, scoops, falls off the rim, and Edward comes down. He'll carry the ball over half court, passes it to Laster. Back up to Hammond, the point guard, over to the right, Bryant. Drops off to Stokes, who's going to drive that right side. Kick out to Edward. Drain the rain.
Nikhil Edward from Donovan Stokes for 3. Yeah, that wide open, just wide open there.
Yeah, great passing rotation. That Coach Lubin couldn't have drawn it up any more perfectly. Not just in the execution, but it just felt so smooth.
Patriot layup by number 0, Austin Davis Garcia. We'll pause for another timeout.
And that timeout comes with 4:27 remaining after the exchange of points. 51-43, Wekiva maintains the 8-point lead.
Full timeout called by the Patriots. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Mustang Gymnasium. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi, along with the Wekiva Broadcast Production Department, bringing you tonight's broadcast on the Wekiva Mustangs Athletic Network. 4:27 remaining. Wekiva with a 51-43 lead in possession of the ball. Stokes brings it up against Garcia.
Senior night being celebrated here at Wekiva for the class of 2021. Wekiva with 5 senior players and 1 manager.
Stokes gets the ball back and will draw the foul on an aggressive baseline drive.
Donovan Stokes fouled on the attempt. He'll go to the line and shoot 2 for the Mustangs. The foul is called against number 0, Austin Davis Garcia. That's his first personal foul, and the team's fifth.
So Stokes, who came up big there at the end of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth, is now looking for his 14th point. Count that. And talked about free throws also as being a deciding factor, a 6-point differential. Stokes unable to get that second, and that keeps the lead at 9 points as there's 4 minutes remaining in the game.
Foul called against Mustangs number 10, Isaiah Laster. That's his second personal foul, the team's fifth.
And Freedom also has 5 fouls as well, so certainly keep an eye on the fouls for both teams. Garcia being double guarded, Stokes and Edward. Gets rid of the ball just barely. Down low to the other Garcia. Garcia thinks about driving the lane, decides not to, comes up back. Passes to Garcia at the top. Again, double guarded. Loose ball.
Well, nobody there to take advantage of it, though.
Under 4 minutes. 51-52-43 is the score. Wekiva in the white uniforms with the lead. An 8-0 run put them in the lead at the beginning of the second quarter. They extend that lead to as much as 13. Freedom, much more deliberate pace. And that tray is not going to go, but the rebound after some swatting comes down to Freedom, and Stokes loses his poise and makes contact with Garcia.
Push is called against Mustangs number 1, Donovan Stokes. That's his second personal foul, team sixth. And so the consequence of that is that Freedom will enjoy bonus for the rest of the ball game. We'll see if that makes a difference with this 9-point advantage.
And of course, we talked about Wekiva having the advantage at the free throw line for this entire game. They went into halftime with a 6-point differential at the free throw line.
Andres Gomez into the paint for 2, and we'll pause for a timeout. Full timeout called by the Patriots.
So 52-45, 3:04 remaining. This is the Wekiva Mustangs Athletic Network. Wekiva 52, Freedom 45, 3:04 remaining. Live action from Mustang Gymnasium. Neil Fisher, Mark Barchi, and the Wekiva Broadcast Production Department bringing you tonight's broadcast. Wekiva with possession of the ball. They have led since early in the second period, taking a lead by as much as 13 points. Looking to close out this victory, which would be their third in a row. Freedom looking to get 2 in a row. So this is Brian at the key. He's going to kick the ball out to Edward. No, rims in and out. And some strong work under the board by that Freedom defense.
And Gomez pulling that one down. Freedom sets up the half court, gets to the paint, lets it go. And it's going to be J.C. Cologne drawing a foul. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. The foul called against Mustangs, number 12, Nikhil Edward. That's his first personal foul, the team's 7th.
So Wekiva comes in tonight's game off victories against Cypress Creek and Coe. It is also senior night here. 5 seniors, players were honored along with one of the team's managers. And it's also Coach Lubin's birthday. 2:40 remaining.
We've got a little dance routine going on here under the basket. Sometimes it's quicker than going to get a towel to just squeak it up.
At the line, shooting for Freedom is J.C. Cologne. on 11 points. Certainly, Wekiva will say thank you for that missed free throw. The second one does go, though, and we are now 52-46.
Checking into the game for Freedom, number 4, Michael Burnside.
So as Mark mentioned, Freedom is in bonus for the rest of the way. Wekiva has had the advantage at the free throw line for the majority of the night, outscoring Freedom by 8 points at the free throw line after 3 periods. That might change though now. Wekiva looking for a good high quality percentage with 2:20 remaining. The 6-point lead, 52-46. This is Hammond. He's going to take the shot from the top, in and out. Scramble at the free throw line.
And we're going to get a foul on the floor as Gomez goes to the ground with Laster. Push is called against number 13, Andres Gomez. That's his first personal foul, the team's 6th. So now both teams will enjoy bonus for the rest of the ball game.
No free throws on this particular foul. This is Stokes. 2 minutes remaining, 52-46. Wekiva has led since early in the second quarter, the lead by as many as 13. Looking to close out this victory, which would be the 3rd in a row.
Stokes tried to take it himself. I don't think he quite thought that one through before he let go of the ball. Coast to coast, rolls out for Cologne. And the rebound goes to Fair. Patriots will get another chance to set this one up. To the paint, there's Fair, and he's got it.
Nice
Jordan Fair floats in a layup.
Nice soft touch, and what was a 13-point lead is now down to 4, 52-48, with 1:34 remaining. So this is the Wekiva Mustangs Athletic Network.
Welcome back to Mustang Arena. Mark Barchi here with Neil Fisher, ready to take you through the last 94 seconds. Mustangs currently enjoying a 6-point advantage that they're going to try to take with them through that last minute and a half.
52-48 is the score. Freedom has scored 5 consecutive points to cut this lead all the way down to 4 points. This is Hammond at the top of the key. He's going to drive, kick, no shot. And Wekiva will use some more time up. Remember, high school basketball, there is no shot clock. 52-48, Hammond, the junior, and he draws contact. And we are in bonus for both teams.
Foul is called against number 4, Michael Burnside. That's his first personal foul, the team's 7th. And it puts Wekiva into bonus. At the line shooting 1 and 1 will be Jamara Cummins. Checking into the game for Freedom, J.C. Cologne.
Hammond with 2 points tonight, $1:10 remaining, and he drains that first free throw. Ups the lead to 53-48, breaks that 5-0 run. Freedom certainly having the momentum before that free throw. And the second free throw by Hammond good. So back up to a 6-point lead on the edge of 2 possessions. This is Cologne. Over to Garcia, off the front. Hammond battling, unable to get the free throw rebound. And Freedom under 1 minute will try to cut into that lead. And Bryant does them a favor by reaching in and committing the foul.
Foul is called against Mustangs, number 1, Donovan Stokes. That's his 3rd personal foul. And the team's 8th at the line, shooting 1-and-1 bonus, J.C. Cologne.
So Cologne with 12 points. 53 seconds remaining. Important free throws, obviously. And we got a whistle, someone with a lane violation. And it was on Freedom.
Lane violation called against the Patriots. Mustangs ball at their own baseline. Under a minute to play.
Definitely a break there for Wekiva. Not only do they not get credit for that first free throw, they don't get to attempt the second. And now they're going to go, Freedom's going to go man-to-man. This is Stokes trying to take up as much time as he can as bringing that ball up against the one-on-one guarding to Hammond. Over to Laster, back to Stokes, 35 seconds. And ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like, I think either Fair or Gomez got a piece of that one as it went out. So it will stay with the Mustangs.
So
Rogie Jacatine returns to the game for Donovan Stokes.
So Wekiva looking to win their 3rd consecutive game. They beat Cypress Creek in Ocoee. And Freedom looking to win their 2nd consecutive game, but they have some work to do here. Namely, they got to get the ball back. Wekiva with a 6-point lead and 23 seconds remaining. And now they finally decide to go to the foul. That's Gomez committing the foul on Hammond. 21 seconds remaining, 54-48. Wekiva in the lead. Wekiva went into the lead at the beginning of the 2nd quarter on the strength of an 8-0 run.
Foul is called against number 13, Gomez.
So Hammond.
2nd, the team's 8th. Hammond shooting, Jamar Hammond is shooting 1-and-1 and earns a 2nd.
So Hammond now with 5 points. And Hammond really has done what he needed to do. That was get one of the 2 free throws, get that lead up to 3 possessions. 21 seconds remaining. Freedom's got to move the ball quickly. They got to get at least 3 field goal attempts off. Back over to Cologne. He takes the tray. Scramble, out of bounds. Wekiva ball, 11 seconds left.
Yeah, this seems pretty unlikely at this point. Keep in mind also Freedom has no timeouts remaining.
Yeah, and I think we are going to go home with the Wekiva victory on senior night and Coach Lubin's birthday. And now Freedom is conceding, kind of. We are going to have one more foul and a couple more free throw attempts.
Foul is called against number 13, Andres Gomez. That's his 3rd personal foul. The team's 9th, Jamar Cannon, will go back to the line to shoot 1-and-1 bonus.
So now Hammond with an opportunity to get up to 8 points. He will not get 7. And this will do it. We'll get one. No, we will not get one last shot. I guess fitting. Laster intercepts the ball, puts the final nail in the victory, and Wekiva withstands a late rally, 56-48.
That takes us to the end of the ball game, and it is an 8-point victory for Wekiva on senior night. Before we wrap things up here, we got one more piece of business to take care of, and that is to wish Coach Lubin a very happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Coach Lubin. Happy birthday to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for coming out tonight to support your Mustang and Patriot athletes. Thanks also to those of you who tuned in on YouTube or the NFHS Network to watch live. Once again, we invite you to join us again on Wednesday night. We will have wrestling action. We have a tri-meet here at Mustang Arena. We'll live stream that as well. We'll be doing the same thing we did tonight for the girls on Thursday. They have senior night against Lake Mineola. It's a doubleheader, JV at 6, Varsity at 7:30, and senior night in between. Coming up tomorrow night, we have a special event. We are going to have a live welcome and Q&A for Coach Schwartz, our newly announced varsity football coach. That'll be exclusively online on our YouTube channel. Please feel free to tune in, ask all your questions on the live chat, and get them answered and meet Coach Schwartz. We hope you'll join us for that again. That's 7 o'clock tomorrow night on our YouTube channel. For those of you in the arena, please drive carefully and arrive home safely. For those of you watching online, please subscribe before you go. Thanks for tuning in tonight. 56-48 the final score. Good night from Mustang Arena.